Adding a new member to your LLC can be a straightforward process. In this video, I am going to give you the steps you need to follow in order to add a member to your LLC to make sure that you're in tax compliance, accounting compliance, and legal compliance. But before we jump in, I'm gonna need you to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this wealth building information. The first thing you need to do to add a member to your LLC is to review your operating agreement. And please don't tell me you don't have an operating agreement, because if you don't, close this video out and go get one, because you need an operating agreement. An operating agreement is the legal binding document that speaks to how your business is going to operate. Within that operating agreement, it should speak to how you are going to add a member to your LLC. For example, is that new member going to have to contribute cash or capital to the LLC in order to become a member of the LLC? It's so important to specify these things in your operating agreement so that you can keep your liability protection intact. When you want to add a member to your LLC, you need to get member approval. If you currently have other members in your LLC, you can't just go adding someone to the LLC without getting the appropriate member approval. You need to make certain that you take a vote, and you need to document that vote with minutes so that you have clear documentation that everybody was in agreement that this individual was going to be added to your LLC, how many certificates of membership will they own, and what's the financial impact to them coming into your LLC. Step 3, amend your operating agreement. Now that you have decided that you're going to add a new member to your LLC, their name needs to appear in your operating agreement. Make sure that that operating agreement is amended to include the fact that you have now added an additional member, what their name is, and what their responsibilities are going to be in terms of operating your LLC. You also want to update your articles of organization if necessary with your state. Some states require you to list all the members that are part of the LLC, and some states do not. But it's important that you check your state requirements and update those articles if necessary, especially if that person is going to have a financial role inside of your LLC. You may want to also update your articles of organization and your statement of information on your Secretary of State's website. Every state has a Secretary of State, and the requirements are different amongst the 50 states. So make sure that you look into that and get the appropriate documentation updated with your Secretary of State. So if that particular new member needs to do something on behalf of your LLC and someone needs to verify that they are a member, they can easily get that information from the Secretary of State. The 5th thing you need to do is issue that member a membership certificate. When you are operating an LLC and you form your articles of organization, you should also issue your member certificates. This gives them credibility that they are an actual member, owner of that particular LLC. So you want to make sure you issue them a membership certificate. When you originally formed your LLC, you should have received your articles of organization, and you should have received membership certificates that you can complete and issue out to the appropriate members. You should also have a record of all the members that are associated with your LLC, inclusive of their name, their address, and their social security number, because when it comes tax time, you will need that information in order to issue them a K-1 form. Number 6, you want to update IRS and state records. Why would you want to update your IRS records? When you are adding members to your LLC, is this member going to be the tax matters member, the person that IRS will have on file in order to contact in the event that there's a situation with your LLC? It's so important to look into whether your state revenue department requires that and whether IRS requires that, so that we can all make certain that our records from a regulation and compliance perspective are up to date. Number 7, inform your financial institutions. If you are adding a member to your LLC, you need to inform your bank that you have a new member. That is where you're going to give your bank a new copy of your operating agreement. You're going to give your bank an updated statement of information that reflects who the new members are within the LLC. And it's important to point out that when you have an LLC, some states require you to update the statement of information every year, and some states require you to update it every other year. Make sure you understand your state's requirements and make certain that you go to your financial institution, your bank, and even possibly your credit card holders to authorize these additional members to be able to operate on your behalf from a financial perspective. As a bonus tip, and this is really important, please make sure you speak to your tax accountant and your attorney when you're dealing with your LLC, because they will button up all the little things that you may not have thought about. It's going to be very important come tax time that the tax professional knows who was added to the LLC. We're definitely going to need all their identifying information, their name, their address, their social security number, how many certificates they own, how much they contributed to the LLC, how much came out of the LLC for the year. It really becomes a big deal when you're adding a new member to your LLC. That is why it's so important that you follow all 7 of those steps when you're adding a member to your LLC, making sure you look at your operating agreement, making sure you update your information with the Secretary of State, making sure you secure all of their financial information in terms of making sure you secure all of their identifying information in terms of their name, address, and social security number, making sure that you keep track of how much they contribute to the LLC and how much they have taken out of the LLC, so that you can be able to get your taxes done on time, be in financial and legal compliance, and keep your business running so you continue to put cash in your pocket and grow your business. And now that you know better, you absolutely have to do better. That is why I want you to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this wealth building information. We can't afford to.